And then Terrence Crawford in the Joe Rogan show said that he would like the winner of that fight. You know what I'm saying? The winner of Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. Do you believe that's a fantasy fight? Do you think he's, hyping things up that, just to hype up because he has a big hype on him right now? Or do you believe that that's what he wants to do?
No, I've heard his team say that he wants Charlo. That win or lose, they want Charlo.
I heard
You
that too, but now we're hearing
So,
the winner of Charlo and Canelo at 68.
I mean, look, man, at this stage, he wants to fight mega fights. He just got done with a mega fight. Like I can tell you with the Pacquiao fight, man. Once you get that mega fight performance, you want that mega fight, you know? So, I can't be mad at it. I understand where it comes from. It comes from his addiction to being in the bright lights and being in the glory and having an opportunity. Canelo lost to a small guy. He lost to Floyd Mayweather. So speed is an obstacle, you
Mm.
know. So Crawford, if he can be crafty, if he can use angles, and if he can use speed and not get hit, he's not as long as Bivol. Bivol had that reach. Bivol really got to keep Canelo in check with the 1-2-1. A lot of people forget about the 1-2-1. Okay.
Right.
Bivol kept Canelo in check with that. So if I got a fight strategy for homeboy, I say, yo, you better keep Canelo in check with that 1-2-1, bing, back to the outside. 1-2-1, bing, back to the outside. Because just go watch Canelo train. Just go watch Canelo hit the bag. Go watch him do what's that round mitt thing they hit?
Yeah,
Watch him,
yeah.
watch him hit the bodysuit and
Yeah.
everything. What's Canelo doing, baby? Boy, that's a hooker if I've ever seen a hooker. Okay. That's a hooker if I've ever seen a hooker.
You believe
Okay.
that's a 50-50? Possible?
Huh?
Is that a 50-50 if Terrence moves up to 68 to fight either of those guys?
I don't I don't like talking about things way before,
It happened.
I rather get closer to some real deals, and it's not worth my time to play what if games. You know what I'm saying? There's more likelihood that he'd get Charlo, because Charlo, win or lose, wins, he can do a rematch with Canelo. He don't need he doesn't need Crawford. But if their team says, hey man, we barely, we got through Canelo, but that's a dangerous fight. We rather go for the smaller guy and accept that challenge. It's just big names make boxing. So you can't really say no, but you can't really say yes. And
Right.
just like chess, you just got to take it one step at a time. You got to take it one contract at a time. Try not to read every little article because it's going to make your head spin. Okay. Just take boxing one day at a time and see what manifests. So far, we got Charlo versus Canelo. Let's let that happen.
Mhm.
Let's let the winner be praised. And then let's see what comes after. But win or lose, Crawford versus Charlo is a fight.
Right.
It's a fight for Charlo. That'd be so if he loses, big fight money against Canelo, big fight money against Crawford, win, lose, or draw. You're doing good in the sport, baby. There's no complaints. And when there's no complaints, that's when I say that there's a greater chance of likelihood of that manifesting. Now we know Canelo will fight anybody. And if you talk about his mama, you know, if you talk enough trash or you talk about his mama, he gonna want to punch you in your shit, boy. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Canelo will fight anybody. I don't really think Canelo. He's moved up too much. He's moved up out of his division, but always trying to fight the best. He's lost to Floyd Mayweather at 152. The boy will just make fights happen. So that's one thing that we have to give Canelo credit for, is his full spectrum of just being a world-class, tough-ass Mexican that'll fight the world, because that's what he's been doing, and he's constantly doing. Whether some of these fights are in his favor, not in his favor, he takes these fights, man, and he's won the majority of them. And so we got to tip our hat off to Canelo Alvarez. So, let's just see what happens there. And don't forget, Thurman might get Bud. His team said that they like the Thurman fight. They know I can sell a fight. They know that I'm a great challenge and that our show is just gonna be better, man. I tell people, man, win, lose, or draw, man, a Thurman fight's a great fight. I really only got one loss on my record. Y'all be forgetting, but a Thurman fight is a great fight.
Facts.
You put Thurman in the ring with Spence that other night, same shit happens. Spence wasn't looking his best, okay? And I would have been a hungry dog looking for a great performance, just like we saw Crawford, okay? You put Thurman in that same arena on the same night, take Spence out of the picture and put Crawford in there. Same Crawford that beat Spence up. You put him up against Thurman, it's a whole different kind of fight. And he ain't getting dropped 3 times with them